fellow Sierra Leoneans, as you don't think about Salone, I begin ask myself a simple question as to what makes some people find and why people in the vote for APC and SLPP. Let me examine this question first. What is it that APC and SLPP has offered the people of Sierra Leone over the past 60 years, where somebody will find reason for cast and vote for any of them two political parties? Let's look at what they have done within 61 years since independence. Since independence, all the problems that we don't face in Salone, now problem that we emanate because of the failures of leadership, and the failures of leadership now because of the waiting APC and SLPP don't offer Salone. If over the past 61 years, and then two political parties the normal, me and you don't vote for over 61 years, then two political parties don't offer with anything good for call home about. So the question I'm asking you to tell us, why do you think anybody will want to continue to support APC or SLPP? Ask yourself this simple question. For the past 61 years, have they improved your village? Have they made any development in your chiefdom? Have they improved your district, let alone the entire country? What is it that makes somebody think APC and SLPP is worth their vote, is worth their support, is worth their finances? When you consider the way other countries in Africa like Ghana they develop, when you consider the way Senegal and the route, then they shoot up in the development trend. Then you compare even Guinea next door, then far the developers way. Then as I speak now, the currency of Guinea is stronger than the Leones as I speak, since this young Sojaman take over. We get people like Madabio, people like Anes Kuroma, people like Momo, people like, I can't name all of them, all failed leaders. So what is it that you can tell us can be enough reason for you to support APC as SLPP? So we don't come out with three conclusions. Reason number one, it's either the person is slavishly tied down to the party to the extent that they don't have the power to think outside the box and think and put Sierra Leone first, or they are so tribalistic psychologically that they themselves does not realize it, that they only support this party, APC or SLPP, just because of the tribal affiliation that they have to that party. The third one is regional. But in any of them three options, also, nothing that has to do with putting Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans' interests first plays a role. So I want to let each and every one of you think, because there will come a time where historians then will look back and begin to examine the actions the way some of you they take, the activities the way they do on social media, when they leave a digital footprint where they indicate the kind of mindset we get for Salone. So we will not get no legitimate grounds for begin cry down the failures of leadership if you're not part and parcel of the people that will support that failed leadership. I can give you one example. A couple of months ago, I mean, I traveled from Salone for come US. Within an airport. Now in this guy, they can't blaze to the airport workers then. They cuss them out, how they're inefficient, this and that. You know, in Common America, this and that, they make noise. Look what in the way in them. You want to do things the way we can't even do in America. You know, you don't cuss them out, you don't criticize the entire airport system. So we look at them, we not say nothing and in the airport, we come by begin to grumble about how the place messed up, this and that. Now, for some reason, I not know the guy in affiliation. Now, as I say, this failure we see in the airport, so it not start with the airport workers, not blame the poor workers then. It starts with the entire failure of leadership from the top. You know, look, we get a government we don't take over for the past 3-4 years. They don't talk but investors. They don't fly all over the world. They don't tour the entire world in the name of bringing in investors. Today they will not see one factory. Immediately I say that, then the guys snap. Biobio na a pauper. So in way they criticized a few minutes ago, because I mentioned the failure of leadership, we bring back the question back to the table or the shoulders of the president. It don't change. Now you say, oh, who's under the corruption? Tell me about who's give me evidence of the corruption. You know, so we begin arguing and day. Now I'm asking 3 different questions. They still I show evidence. Now I say the evidence not that far. Now I say let tell me who's a matter be pull all the money we get right now. We they able afford for fly all over the world. They go through honeymoon in Lebanon, get party inside Turkey, and spend so much hell about money charter plane for where for go take fake degree in Gambia. Who's a matter be you get all that money the way few years ago we see on the ride bus in England with bus shoes, bus crepe, dirty crepe. It's run as a bus, they ride them. So if that not give you reason for question, why should a president be so wasteful when in people in a bond cannot afford 3 square meal a day? Now, as I say, the other evidence we get, check the audit report. The audit report, they tell you about billions and billions of loans we don't know able to account for. I say, need I go more? The third evidence we get, look at the very airport we did. You know, but anyway, that just to tell you, say, you get people in way, the only thing we matter to them, not to Salone in interest, not to the interest of fellow Salonians, not to the future of our country, but only the interest of the party and tribal affiliation. And anybody where they make decisions on the basis of tribe is a fool. Anybody where they make decisions on the basis of just parties and interests, you not get that independent mind for think, say, I they follow this leader or they follow this political party because now this ideology we are believing, they don't deliver in the past, or then capable of delivering, or then get the type of leadership where you feel to say you can count on for deliver on the hopes and expectations of our people. Unfortunately, none of them guys in the way they follow APs and SLPP can say that. So they tell me follow Scalonians, they let una open our ears and una ace, una reason out and think hard. I know say some of una can talk say, oh, after all the people of Sierra Leone, they don't know no party past APs and SLPP. Now because of you, make them not know any party but APs and SLPP. Because of your failure, for sure then say APs and SLPP na threat to the future of the future generations. Because you have failed to deliver that. Because you said mindset they are along that same thing. Because you said they think along the same way you feel to say the people they think, make you feel to say the people they not get no party for link up to because APs and SLPP. But if you and I make the conscious decision, say this APs and SLPP, we not go ever deal and follow with them. Let we do whatever election are with small number. With the small number, we'll be able to consistently drumbeat this message right to the point. Say until everybody get the message, say the best way if one change with life, we get for change with vote. I don't care who side else the vote go. But in this case, we get a better platform, which is the NGC. We say we care with vote go, we cast with vote, we make a difference in the lives of our people. Now, you know, I know say na tough call for some of you, and a tough call. But while I wanna think carefully, when I imagine waiting Indira Gandhi been go through na India, small group of people now then start the movement will transform India. Imagine waiting Nelson Mandela go to na South Africa. The South African government was so powerful. They get all the resources, all the army, all the police, all the support from around the world, all the wealth, all the technology. But a small group of people inside ANC and then start a movement to transform South Africa. Inside Salone, we can do that the same thing. But I want to make sure, say, when I understand, say, when I say we should never support or APs and SLPP, not necessarily mean, say, if APs and SLPP come calling, say because of their failures of leadership, they want for now form a coalition government with we, the National Grand Coalition. One for form a coalition government with we. So together we'll be able to transform Salone. That not necessarily means we know we'll align with them. Because we know, say, being in a coalition government with either APC or SLPP will do better for Sierra Leone than allowing just APC by themselves or SLPP by themselves to do it. So forming a coalition government, we are in line with that. I am personally in line with that. As long as the terms are defined and we know the ministry that we are going to control, so to give us an opportunity to deliver on the expectations of the people of Sierra Leone. So this is just a short video. I want to do me a favor. Politicians in a Salone, they make it sound like, say, it's impossible for solve the burning issues that we face in the country. From 1961 to now, they're not able to solve the basic problems of healthcare, basic problems of food security, basic problem of education, basic problem of unemployment, the basic problem of basic general development of the economy. So me want to throw out a challenge to every Sierra Leonean. Me they tell una say, in each of them problem then they, considering the considering the economic state and the potential of Sierra Leone as a nation, me strongly believe say there are solutions to this problem. And for put the matter to test, I dey challenge each and every one of una for send me questions on my page, whatever question you can think of as relates to Sierra Leone, in terms of why, how do you solve. Let me give an example. Over the years, we've always had this problem about government having employees work for 2-3 months and they claim that they don't have money to pay them. Ask me, how do you solve a problem like that? And from time to time, I'll be looking at this page, looking at your questions and providing solutions and answers to them. Because I want to be focusing on solutions. I want to be able to narrow the discussion on how to solve problems, to prove that APC and SLPP, they have never been able to do it because of selfishness and greed and because of the myopic leadership that we have provided for the nation. I have the solution, and a lot of people in Sierra Leone have the solution. So the biggest problem we get is leadership. If you make the human task, take the human task, you make a conscious decision, say the leadership then are the problem. Now we look at people who they put themselves up. We don't begin to for sure say yes, they know the solutions to the problems. Let's get a confidence in them. Let's trust them and be able to put them up. Believe me, you go see it transform, Salone will transform. And also some of go say, oh, all politicians are the same. And me they ask you now, which politician will not ever lead to, which politician will not ever elect to office na Salone? We know to APC or SLPP, we control parliament or control state house. None. So you cannot talk about politicians all the same because you've never tried nothing else but APC and SLPP. And the problems we're having is because of APC and SLPP. So you're still navigating yourself through within the same source of the problems, APC and SLPP. The moment you give the House of Parliament to a completely different political leadership other than APC and SLPP, or the moment you give the state house, the seat of government to a different political party like the NGC, you give NGC the power to control state house. Believe you me, I bet my life Sierra Leone will never be the same. We will transform that nation within 5 years. There are certain changes we will make, from education to healthcare to food security. We will be able to do it. If you don't believe me, I challenge you to ask me any specific questions about the problems that we face in Sierra Leone, and I will come from time to time and also answer those questions for you. NGC is our only solution. Let nobody fool you. And in fact, we don't care what people say about this or that. NGC is the only solution. Whoever wants to go to APC, go to APC. Leave us in NGC. We will know together we will transform that nation. Together we will do whatever it takes to take up the leadership of that nation. Those who want to go to SLPP, go. We want to see your back, go. But inside NGC, we will continue to stay there. The only way we will go, we will have any alliance or any communication or any support or any campaign with APC is only in a power sharing government, or SLPP is only in a power sharing government. Individuals that wants to go to APC, you go. Those who want to go to SLPP, you go. Those of us that believe in the third force with a progressive mind. We're going to stay in the NGC party until we together will transform the trajectory of development in our nation and develop the future of our people. So without much ado, this is just a short, brief audio as I'm thinking about the problems of our dear republic. I just want to take this opportunity, in a quiet moment, to travel back to New Jersey. So sometimes when I can in airport, just to think about, when I go to different places, I see how them places then they develop. Simple thing. We get natural harbor. I see how people then work together, then transform the environment. Then I begin to imagine what's wrong with you people. What's wrong with we? I beg each and every one of you, whether you're a member of the NGC party or not, I want to let you make one conscious decision. If you love Salone, you care for Salone, you mean well for Salone, I want to let you make one conscious decision. That one, as from today, you have made a resolution to yourself that you will never cast a vote for APC candidate, never cast a vote for an SLPP candidate, nor will you dish out any money in support of any of those two political parties. You are better off not voting than voting for APC and SLPP. And if you do make that solemn decision, then you also need to take the next step. So I want to be part of the solution. To be part of the solution, then join the National Grand Coalition. Join the NGC party. Let's join hands together. Let's together move that nation forward. Put the interests of Sierra Leone first above everything. That's the key. That's the key. That's our only solution. Your life will never change until you change your vote. When the Ghanaians got tired of the old political parties, they changed their vote. When Nigerians got tired of the old political parties, they changed their vote. When Senegalese got tired of the old political parties, they changed their vote. And each of these countries that I've just mentioned, they are developing. Their trajectory is going in the positive direction. Their growth rate, people are changing their lives. You go to Senegal now, they have speed train that run from one end to another. Speed train, electric train. And Sierra Leone, we are still struggling with buses. How can you look at a man like Madabio and you ever think that a Madabio person is somebody fit to lead a chicken coop? It's not a chicken coop, fall coop. They all them and they say, oh, sorry, you take care of that fall coop day. Let manage them fall, let them win him. Madabio no go run am. You take fall coop, you take 10 fall, you put her inside it. They say, Madabio, you can't run this fall coop. I swear to believe in God. You come back 1 year after, then fall and they go, all don't die. Fall coop, Madabio no go run am. Now when I go make president, and Eskroma, you don't show him failures for 11 years. Anybody where an Eskroma support, no sin a failed person. Anybody where an Eskroma is support he endorse, no say that person is a failure, a disaster. Not ever go near anybody and Eskroma support, because in 11 years of leadership now, loot the economy. They get all the opportunities for transform the country, but you not do nothing, just loot the economy. So let's change Salone together, and the only way we can do it is by coming together. So I'm waiting for your questions. I'm going to end this video now. I'm waiting for your questions. When I see questions, I might come back and answer those questions. What are the fundamental problems of our nation? It starts with leadership. How do you change that leadership? It's simple. Make a conscious decision not to ever vote for anybody that APC puts up as their candidate, not to ever vote for anybody that SLPP put up as their candidate, except in a power sharing agreement with the National Grand Coalition. Because you know that with the National Grand Coalition, you're injecting life, you're injecting sanity, you're injecting leadership, you're injecting control, you're injecting maturity into the leadership of the geopolitics of Sierra Leone in a power sharing. Yes, we can do that. But other than that, APC by themselves, don't cast your vote for them. SLPP by themselves, don't cast your vote for them. Until all of us reject those two political parties, our life will never change. At least the life of our people will never change. Because some of us are privileged enough to be out here. And because we are privileged enough to be out here, that is why some of us are making the conscious decision to make the necessary sacrifice to bring that same development in our country. Because we know it's possible. We know it's possible. We know it's possible. Okay, guys. Enough with the musing. I'll talk to you guys later. And I look forward to your questions. Now, I have made certain videos, audio messages, which I am going to, when I get back to Princeton, New Jersey. I'm going to convert them into a slide audio, so that you can be able to post it on Facebook. I've asked a friend of mine to do it because it's time consuming, but he has since ignored me, pretending like he wants to do it. But I know he has done that to me several times before. When I ask him to do something, he will say yes, I will do it, and then he will never get to it. But this is the last time I'm going to ask him to do it for me. When I go, I will look for the app and download it and change the audio so that I can share it on Facebook and other platforms, and also on WhatsApp. The focus of the audios that I have prepared, that I want to share, that I'm going to be creating from time to time, has to do with my vision for Sierra Leone. What is it that we need to do to transform the lives of our people for the better? How can we find solutions to the problems? I'm going to share my own vision in terms of how to address the issue of leadership in the country, my own vision in terms of how to restructure the power structure within the country in favor of decentralization, how to address the issue of healthcare, address the issue of education, address the issue of food security, address the issue of job unemployment, and how to get people to kind of improve the basic standard of living of our people. Those are the issues I want us to debate, and I'm ready to debate any APC and any SLPP under the sun on those issues. Let me humiliate them. Let's disgrace them. Let's show they're impotent. Let's show how empty they are. Some of them boast about having double PhDs, but they have no brain in their head because they cannot provide solutions to problems. I will challenge them on all of those things. This is just for the Mamisu. There will come a time when we'll have debate on these issues. So I will try to transform that video. The audio has to do with, the first audio that I made speaks about the reason why I'm in politics. In fact, I'm going to do a live broadcast on that maybe tomorrow. The reason why I'm in politics. And the reason why I believe that until we fix our geopolitics, we will never be able to develop Sierra Leone. I don't care how many investments you take into Sierra Leone. If you don't fix the geopolitics, you will never be able to get any headway. I don't care how many NGO work you send into Sierra Leone. If you don't fix the geopolitics, you will never be able to transform Sierra Leone as we wish it to be. And I will put that to test, and I will put that issue on debate so that we can discuss it, and I will show you reasons why it will never be possible. So it is now time for each and every one of you to make the conscious decision to get involved in the politics of Sierra Leone, so together we fix the politics, fix the leadership problem before we can even think about bringing investment. First of all, investors will never come. No serious-minded investor has come to Sierra Leone within the past 20 to 30 years. No serious-minded investor has come to Sierra Leone. Those fly-by-night like Timid something, that mining guy who was a criminal in Australia. Those are the ones that Nkrumah came with to do London mining. And the fly-by-night investors, those are the ones that goes to Sierra Leone. Those who are serious-minded, that are interested in long-term investment, they will not go to Sierra Leone. So the only way we can get the right type of leadership, the right type of investors in Sierra Leone, is you have the right type of leadership that create the enabling environment. So that 2 video explains that. The third audio speaks to the issue about the leadership problem. How do we dismantle the power structure that is centered around the presidency? That's one of the biggest problems. In fact, if we don't address that, it's going to be almost impossible of us addressing everything. The entire power structure in Sierra Leone is centered around one man, the presidency. They control the executive branch, control the legislature, control the judiciary, and then 3 branches that they're supposed to be independent. And yet, in practice, they are not independent in Sierra Leone. I have an answer to that. I have a solution of how to dismantle that power structure. In addition to that, we also have a system wherein every decision, even to design a clinic in Kailaon village or a village in Falaba, they have to look up to the Minister of Health that is sitting down in Freetown, not giving the local people the ability and the power to make decisions on issues that affect their life. So the issue of decentralization, I'm going to delve into that So we begin to talk on issues about the decentralization and how I believe we can restructure the power structure in Sierra Leone to enable the local government to have the power not only to make decisions that affect their lives, but also to be the one taking in charge in delivering on those social services that they want. It's starting from education, healthcare, food security, you name it. Everything has to be done by the local government. This centralized system of governance is part of the problem we have. We have to demolish that. We get to have the city council to have the power to determine the taxation system in their own city. We have to make sure the custom duties that is collected at the port authority, certain percentage goes to the city council government, because it is their city that is being destroyed, that is being polluted. We have to make sure that the mineral resources that are being extracted in Konoken, Imabo, Kailaun, you name it, Lonsar, Bombali, you name it, everywhere they have mineral resources that are being extracted, 45% of the revenue that the government collects needs to stay in those particular regions, so that the people in that region have access to the resources they need to be able to make investments in their own life and transform and develop their own community. 55% goes to central government, 45% stays with them. That's going to be the third audio, and we're going to follow it up with interviews as time goes by. Without much ado, this is Jismet Fodiman Misuma. I need to go. I'm going to wait for my flight to head back to New Jersey. Bye for now, and I thank you guys for taking the time to watch this small short video that in which I'm fusing about Sierra Leone. I always think about Sierra Leone. Okay man, cheers. I look forward to your questions. Any questions under the sun, any questions as it relates to Sierra Leone, how to dismantle the power structure, how to end this idea of people working for months and they are not being paid, both in the public sector and the private sector, how to address the issue about people having an accident, cars go and kill somebody on the street and they have no government standing up for them. What changes do we need to do to fix that? How do we ensure that people have access to health care? How do we address the issue of poverty in general? You ask any question under the sun. When I see your question, I will launch a video and answer them. Thank you. Bye for now. Jismet.